Welcome students. Today we are going to learn about food production and irrigation. So let us start our topic with why we are stressing much on food production and we are giving much importance to the high yielding crop, and we are thinking about that our food production should increase. So let us look at the data. Hello students, do you want to excel in maths and science? We have some don't memorize courses for you which can help you in preparation of maths and science. I have given the links in the description and you can avail 90% of the discount from all these courses. And if you will use this coupon code, you will get extra 10% discount on all the courses. Don't memorize courses are part of Infinity Learn by Sri Chaitanya. Over a decades, that 1961 to 1971, the population rise was 2.4, whereas food grain production was 2.83. From 71 to 81, population rise was 2.23 and food production was 1.8. Now these are the growth rate for population and how much food grain we have produced for that particular decade that we have listed over here. So in 81 to 91, in this particular decade, the growth of rate of population was 2.16, whereas food grain production was 3.13, which is good. That food grain production was more than the population growth rate. 1991 to 2001, the population growth rate was 1.95, whereas food grain production was 1.1 only. So it has gone down. Then 2001 to 2011 population growth rate was 1.65, and here the food production was again down and that was 1.03. Now India is a developing country and we have seen in some of the decades the steep rise in our population. So increasing food production in proportion to compensate the need of increasing population is a big challenge for our country. We have to maintain this balance, that whatever we are producing in the field, that should be compensate the need of our population. We are not talking about exporting anything. At least we should fulfill our own people's need. That only is a big challenge when population rise is high. So how to increase food production? Now we know the reason that why we need high yielding crop and why we need to increase our food production. Now we have to look at some of the factors which will help us to increase food production. Now any one factor will not help us to increase food production, because when it comes to agriculture we know that there are so many steps involved in that. So now let us look at all these factors and understand that each and every step in food production is very important. First, increase the area of cultivation. This is the major thing, that as the population is increasing, we are chopping down trees, we are reducing the cultivation area and we are making a habitat. So increasing a land of cultivation is a major concern. Second, increase the production. Over a period of time in that one particular crop cycle, we have to see that we should get maximum yield out of that one crop cycle by developing high yielding varieties. So if we are taking one particular crop and we can see that this yield is very less, then we have to do some research on those particular grain varieties and we have to develop those varieties which will give us high yield. Then crop rotation. We know that each and every crop has their own requirement of nutrients. Crop rotation will give soil to get replenished again when we are taking a crop of wheat and legume seed alternatively. Then mixed crop. Mixed crop is a pattern when we are taking 2-3 cereals simultaneously. In one field we are taking 2 to 3 crops. So if one crop may fail, the other crops will give us proper amount of yield and our entire crop will not get failed. So mixed crop is another method by which our food production can increase and our crop will not get failed. Then short term crops. If we are sowing a crop which will take 10 months to 8 months to get mature, and compared to that if we are taking a short term crops like 4 to 5 months one crop will get mature, then within a one cycle we can take 2 crops. So short term crops are important. High yield management method. Once we are developing a variety of high yield crop, we have to manage that. We have to manage this high yielding crop, we have to manage their storage, we have to manage that how we can effectively use for our population. So that all things will come under high yield management methods. Crop protection management. When crop is being matured and when it is about to mature, at that time protection of the crop is very important. We have to safeguard our crop from all the weather components, and along with that we have to safeguard our crop from pests and bacteria. Then only our healthy crop yield will be possible. Now water is one of the most important factor when we are talking about high yield of a crop. Now let us understand why water is playing a crucial role in high yield of crop management and how irrigation is taking part into that. Now let us talk about water and irrigation, and first discuss that why water is so much important for the plants. So first of all, plants are making food with the help of water and in presence of sunlight, and they are making carbohydrates. And they are storing these carbohydrates in the form of starch into the leaves. So they are making starch. Starch is one kind of carbohydrate, and they are liberating oxygen in the environment. So when they are using water, so along with the water, roots are not only absorbing water, they are also absorbing all the nutrients. So that water will reach from roots till leaves, because photosynthesis process and food making process is happening into the leaves. So water along with the nutrients reach till the leaves, and at the leaves they are making the food. So this is the one of the major factor that why plants require water. Along with the water, all the nutrients will reach till the leaves. Then second thing is stomata. There are tiny pores on the leaves surface and they are known as stomata. Now stomatas are responsible for evaporation of the water. As the water will rushes into this guard cell will swell up and it will open. This stomata pore has opened. As we can see, a place in between these two surface, and here this stomata pore is closed. When water will go out, the stomata pore will get closed. When water will rush in, it will get swell up and it will stretch the pore, so pore will open. Now when they want to evaporate the water, open the stomata pore, and when they do not want to evaporate water, they will close the stomata pore. So in hot weather, leaves will close its stomata pore, so further evaporation they can reduce. So when weather is hot, stomata will get closed and they can reduce the evaporation of water. Now coming back to our agriculture topic, that cultivation of paddy, wheat, sugar requires the rich water source. So it is very important that time to time water we should give it to this kind of crop, and plenty of amount of water will require when we are taking such kind of crops. So in India, farmers are investing more on irrigation water, electricity bills, pesticide and fertilizer. Investment for each and every farmer will be very huge when they are spending more money on irrigation, electricity, pesticide and fertilizer. And they are using drip irrigation. Drip irrigation is the system in which we are giving water to the plant in a drop-wise manner. We can maintain the humidity of the soil, and along with that we can save lot of water. Now let us understand one experiment of corn and understand that how all the factors like rain, weeding, planting are important for the yielding and important for crop production. So here we are discussing about method, production and gain. Production and gain we have taken in terms of kg per hectare. This is a corn field experiment. So we are talking about production of corn, and this we have described here loss of corn yield due to the difference in method. Now first, a month after the onset of rain, we gained 3400 kg per hectare corn. But immediately after onset of rain, the production was 5830 kg per hectare. So if this difference will be there, then our loss was 2430 kg per hectare. So the preferred method was this, but if we are choosing this method, then we will lose this much of grain. Then second, density of planting. Now what is the meaning of density of planting? How much dense we are planting the seed, how much dense we are sowing the seed. So plants per hectare, if we are sowing 39,600, then our production will be 4100 kg per hectare. But if we are planting 19,800 plants per hectare, then our production will be 5130 kg per hectare. And if this difference will be there, then due to more plants we are losing 1030 kg per hectare corn yield. Now one of the important factor, and that is weeding. If we are doing weeding once, then our production will be 4040 kg per hectare. If we are doing weeding twice, in that scenario our production will be 5200 kg per hectare. And if we are doing weeding once, then our loss will be 1160 kg per hectare. Now let us see the effect of another important factor, and that is nutrient application. So here with phosphorus and without phosphorus, the difference was 4570 kg per hectare to 4660 kg per hectare. So with the application of phosphorus, that 56 kg of phosphorus when we are putting into the field, we can gain 90 kg per hectare more corn yield. Now when we are talking about nitrogen need, then without nitrogen, the production was 4320 kg per hectare. When we have applied nitrogen, and that is 78 kg per hectare, and that time the production was 4900 kg per hectare. So with the application of nitrogen, we can gain 580 kg per hectare more corn yield. High yield is very important in agricultural practice. So how can we achieve high yield? Using two methods, farmers are taking high yield. First is by taking alternate crop, and second is via taking mixed crop pattern. Now there are three methods for high yield. First one is developing high yielding variety of the seeds. Second is using high yield management method, and third is crop protection management. So these three techniques, if we are effectively using in agricultural practices, our yield will be high. Now improving high yielding crop, then in our kitchen also we are seeing some of the seeds, some of the grains which are small, but the same seeds sometimes we can see they are larger. Let us take one example of maize. If the maize seeds are white and large, then they are of hybrid variety. If they are yellow and small, then they are of local variety and its yield will be less. So like this, if we are using the high yielding seeds and high yielding variety, then our crop production will be more.